Hello vinyl community, this is Randall back today with another video. Today I'm going to show you some records that I've picked up over the past couple weeks. I have picked up some new records that were just released in 2020, and I also got some used records, so I'm going to show this to you now. The first record I'll show you is one that I got in the mail. Here's the sticker for this. This is the Grateful Dead 7-inch single for this quarter. This is a series that the Grateful Dead have released for the past 4 years, 4 singles a year. And this is the first one of this year. So this is a two-sided single. This is Dancing in the Streets on this side, Terrapin Station on this side. These are really just collectible records that the Dead are releasing on colored vinyl, so I was glad to get this one. They're all numbered. And so, yeah, Grateful Dead, 7-inch single there. I got this, probably the most exciting record I've gotten over the past couple weeks is this record by a band called Wasted Shirt. Wasted Shirt is Ty Segall and a guy named Brian Chippendale, who is the drummer for a band called Lightning Bolt. So I really wasn't aware of Lightning Bolt. I've heard of Ty Segall, of course, quite a bit. So Lightning Bolt, I guess, is just a two-man band, and Brian is the drummer for them. So Brian and Ty got together and did this record. They recorded it at Ty Segall's house, and it is noise rock, I guess, is how this is described. It's just some very aggressive guitar work and drums. There's some vocals on it too. Definitely something you want to listen to at a loud volume. A lot of guitar, a lot of distorted guitar. And, it's really kind of indescribable, other than to say that it's noise rock, guitars and drums, and the vocals on it are largely unintelligible, at least to me. Anyway, maybe after I hear it some more, I will become more accustomed to it. So, yeah, this is good though. Very, psychedelic sounding. Very loud. This record comes on purple vinyl. This is on Famous Class Records. I hadn't really heard of that label before. This record also came with this booklet insert, which is kind of like a... I think the drummer, Brian Chippendale, the drummer, created this, and it's just sort of like, it looks to me like it's basically sort of like some notes and some drawings. That record was very sort of loud and aggressive. It actually kind of reminded me of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Their second album from 2019, Infest the Rat's Nest, which was sort of like a thrash metal. I wouldn't call this thrash metal, but definitely some very aggressive guitars, distorted guitars, and noise rock, I guess would be the best way to describe that. I did go back and listen to that King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and it still sounded good, but I also picked up at Phonolux within the past couple weeks. There's the hype sticker for this one. King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard did another run of Fishing for Fishies, so I was able to get this new record by, it's not a used record. It was their first one that came out in 2019, I think, though, so it's a couple records old for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. This is the one that I think I heard Rob Walker talking about in 2019 and really made me want to listen to King Gizzard. Then I got to Infest the Rat's Nest, and when I heard that, I was like, this totally does not sound like something that Rob would listen to. This maybe doesn't really either sound all that much, but this is much more palatable, I think, for those of us who are not into thrash metal quite so much. This is more like jam band type stuff, more upbeat and yeah, cheerful. Even though the words are some pretty serious words too, I think. But yeah. So this one I think is we'll probably spend a lot more time on my turntable than Infest the Rat's Nest has. I did get that one back out. Let's hear that one again. This one comes with this inner sleeve with the lyrics and some pictures of the band. The record is on this colored vinyl, which was called, what did they call this? Lily pad pressing. I guess they consider that to be the color of a lily pad. So, yeah, there's the label for that. So, fishing for fishies. This record came with a poster. Pretty good sized poster. I think I just ripped a little bit. That's okay. There's what the band looks like. Yeah. I don't think I'll get that framed, but who knows? I could change my mind on that. When I picked up the Wasted Shirt record, I got that at Grimey's. I saw another new record there that day by this artist called Alabaster to Plume. Alabaster to Plume is evidently just one person whose name is, what is his name? Here's what he looks like. Yeah, Gus Fairbairn. So, Gus, I guess, does some vocals, also plays tenor sax and guitar. There's a lot of people playing on this. There's electric guitar, there's vocals, there's cellos, there's percussion, acoustic guitar, piano. So this is on this record label called International Anthem, which I was introduced to by Local Bandography. This record label, International Anthem, is a Chicago-born recording company that produces and promotes progressive media. So this is the record label that, oh gosh, Jamie Branch is on, trumpet player Jamie Branch. And this is actually a compilation album. I guess there's like 11 songs on here that come from his 3 previous albums, plus there are 2 new songs on here. So, yeah, this guy is from England, and let me show you. So it comes with this Obi strip, but yeah, it's really a beautiful album cover. That's what the back of it looks like. This music really is, to me, it's just really indescribable. It's very mellow, it's very quiet. It sounds really nice, though. I mean, I think it's possibly classified as jazz, but it's not swinging jazz. Yeah, once again, very indescribable, very atmospheric, and what does it say here? Yeah, placid antidotes to verbal demands recall the musics of the ancients and embrace the core of our very being. So, recall the musics of the ancients. Some of this does sound like almost sounds like something you might have heard before. It sounds like it could almost be like some classical music, but as far as I know, it's all fresh, new material. And it's really quite good. I mean, I'll be interested to see if I'm still listening to this a year from now. Yeah, I guess there's only one way to find out, but yeah, I'm liking it for now. So, once again, the insert that came with that also came with this cool looking inner sleeve. This one is on black vinyl. That's what that label looks like. The other side's very cool looking. Yeah. So, yeah, this is one that I just picked up really based strictly on the label, International Anthem. So, It's been really good so far, so I think I will probably continue to pick up more music from that label. When I was at Phonolux, I got this Charlie Parker record. This is a record I wasn't exactly sure what I was getting, but I've learned since then that this was a 10-inch EP that was released in Paris, I think, in France, on Vogue Records in the late 40s. And here's the track listing on this. So some of these were familiar sounding songs, but others were new to me. So I went ahead and got it. The ones I'd never heard of before were Air Conditioning, Pressology, Bongo Beep, and Snorfology. So anyway, I got home with this and listened to it, and it turns out that some of these songs were actually on some other Charlie Parker records that I had, which I meant to pull that record out. But anyway, I didn't pull it out. It turned out I already had every song on this record except for one. So, yeah, it's kind of too bad and actually depressing that I had was, even though I got it in the late 70s, it was a really good copy. So, but anyway, I'm glad to have this one. It's always nice to have some Charlie Parker to listen to. So it came on this really cool looking red vinyl. I wish they had just identified the names of the songs more clearly. I don't know why they had different names. So, yeah, with Charlie Parker, I mean, there's just not that much out there to get, you know. I mean, he mostly just recorded those singles and stuff. So, anyway, I was glad to get that one. Wish it had been marked a little bit more clearly, but I probably would have picked it up anyway. Sherv strikes again. Julius Jabbar played this record within the past couple weeks when he was doing a special on duos. So this is Rafael Mendez and Lorenzo Almeida. Almeida is a guitar player. Mendez plays trumpet. This is just instrumental music. Sherv described it as something, if you went into like a cantina in Mexico, you'd expect to hear this playing. Maybe see these two guys sitting there playing it. So, yeah, it does. It sounds like, I guess like Mexican music. I mean, well, it's not like mariachi music, but just very mellow jazz, just strictly acoustic guitar and trumpet. So, really sounds quite nice. Very good afternoon listening. I mean, this is definitely happy hour music. And, yeah, I love that cover. It tells a lot of information. Evidently, both of these guys were very well known just for their tone. Just, the way they played. So, I love this cover. Has, like, the green guitar down here, which matches the color up here in Lorenzo's name. And then Mendez has these two colors, and his trumpet is in that color. So, nice looking color. So thanks very much to Sher for suggesting this one to me, Julius Jabbar. Just keeps on pulling out new things all the time. So yeah, always great to see what he's going to show. This came with the original inner sleeve. Very cool looking. Decca Records. I really like that Decca label a lot. So yeah, fantastic record. Beth at B-Side Records has started up her soundtrack previews again. So when she previewed records that were coming out in March, she previewed this Waxworks reissue of the Taxi Driver soundtrack. This is a soundtrack that they did in 2015, which includes the original soundtrack album, and then it also has the score. So it's a 2-record set. It's a fantastic cover. And Robert De Niro. There's that cover. That's what the inside of it looks like. Yeah, so Taxi Driver soundtrack. One of the things I really like about this one a lot is that it has a little bit of dialogue from the movie in it. So I'm a big fan of having dialogue from the movie. I do actually have the original soundtrack, which has a completely different cover, and it's just a soundtrack album, but I decided to go ahead and get this one too. So had this insert in it, which did not come with the original. So cool picture of Robert De Niro there. And here's some notes that are written by Martin Scorsese. So he talks about how he met Bernard Herrmann and asked him to do the soundtrack, and he sort of had to talk him into it. But he did do it, and he talks about how Herrmann had some really good ideas, and well, for instance, when he showed the movie to Herrmann, there was a part of it where they were he had some sounds from the movie over the music, and Herrmann told him, "Why do you got sounds over my music?" And I guess Scorsese agreed with him and took that and just focused entirely on the music for that part. So it sounds like Herrmann was really involved in the whole thing. So yeah, really glad to get that record. This one is on yellow vinyl. Yeah, that has this side and the other side. Looks like a tire. So it's supposed to be taxi cab yellow, even though I don't know if that really looks like a yellow taxi or not, but it's a cool record. The record we've been hearing in the background is another one I got at Phonolux, a used record, Doc Severinsen's Closet. This is one I've wanted for a while, so I was glad to find this one. This is a gatefold sleeve. This is one where Severinsen is doing some songs from the 60s. So this is what we've been hearing in the background, and this record actually just now finished. I'm not going to turn it over though. He does some, largely just some 60s covers on here. So the main one that I was really happy to get was The Court of the Crimson King. They do a cover of The Court of the Crimson King. It's a fantastic cover version of it by, Doc Severinsen. There's also Surfer Girl on here. Give Me Just a Little More Time, which we just heard. Side 2 has an Abbey Road medley. So they do 4 songs from that. So, yeah, this sounds really good. Doc Severinsen. Doc Severinsen's Closet. For those who are too young to remember, Doc Severinsen was the trumpet player on The Tonight Show, and he was well known for his clothes. He always wore some flashy clothes. Some, I don't know if they're supposed to be mod-looking clothes or, psychedelic, but he was definitely well known for the clothes that he wore on there. Johnny would frequently comment on that, I think. So, so that's it. So these are records I picked up here in just the past couple of weeks. So be interested to know what you think about those. If you have any thoughts on them. And that's it. I hope everything is going well. Thanks very much to those of you who reached out to ask about the tornado that hit here in Nashville. I wasn't, very luckily, I was not affected by that at all. So thanks for asking about that. And let me know what you think about these records. And thanks very much for watching.